YouTube. My name is Zakia Ringgold, and we have 3 loaves. Let me show you what we are going to cut today. This is our activated charcoal and kaolin clay handmade soap, and this is what we are going to cut today. So, if you are interested in seeing how we go from a really large loaf to using our soap cutter here, stick around because that's what we're going to be doing right now. I got to switch you over because that way you can see the whole table. So, if you have never been with me before, oh, we got 3 of yous, and we're only on YouTube. Make sure you say hello. Let me type hello to you all in the chat. Hey, Latrice, how are you? Let me bring you on up. Bring you on up one time. So we sliced this down. I had such a blooper reel that I will maybe bring this video down after it is live. And then, thank you for that thumbs up. Hey, Zania, how are you? I will probably bring this video down so you can see how we went from having a really large loaf of soap. It started out as 30 pounds. And then I sliced it into individual bars. And that's what we have now, or individual loaves. So let me show you what that is. So these are the individual loaves that we get when we put it through the log splitter. So we end up with 4 logs. We've already cut one of them. And just so you guys know, oh, I lost your comments. Where you go? I hear it popping, so I know somebody's saying something. Let me see, how do I pull those things back up? Here we go. Comments. Drea is here, doing good. The semester is almost over. I'm very glad to hear that. Latrice and Zania, I want to make sure that I pull you up as well because you did say hi. Hello, my friend. How are you? All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, I try to get as little waste as possible, but that's almost impossible because I don't have the perfect size slicer, if you will. If I had the perfect size slicer, then I would get very even bars or consistent numbers of bars with very little end pieces. But there's no worry. I have started to sell my end pieces in a pound bag, so people get a 1-pound bag of the soap that I have made, and that's available on my website. So they get to sample quite a bit of the bars. So what we do is we just place the soap right here on the cutter, and then we just push her down. Now, depending on how long you have let your soap cut, it could be a little difficult, as if that one was. Could be difficult to do that slice through, but we always love to see what the inside of the bar looks like because there's always some kind of beauty or, that's pretty interesting. So here is what the first 2 bars from the middle of the batch look like. And the color that it's getting in here is coming completely from the natural color of the soap. And then, now tell me that doesn't look like a whale jumping up out of the water. Right here. And going up. That's what I'm seeing right there. So the activated charcoal is giving it that natural black color, left and right foot. That's what you see. And another thing that we always have fun with on these live streams is what people see on the inside of the bars. So here's another one. So this is like the complete ooh, I didn't show you guys this side. Look at that side. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what we're seeing there. But what I wanted to show you on the first bars, left and right foot. Okay. I'm going to have to look at it again. But I always enjoy putting the bars together. Now that really looks like, that is cool. That looks like 2 whales jumping up out of the ocean. And they're the complete opposite of each other. So even though they were poured right next to each other, there's always some kind of artistry in every single bar. You see another whale. Me too. There were 2 whales in there. Hey there. Hey, silly mommy. Good to see you. So here's that one. Hello to everyone. I love when people come in and say hi to the chat as well. So here's the opposite side of that. So we could be all day with me stopping and showing you what the inside of each one looks like. But just know that one of the best parts about making your soap is beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Everybody's going to see something different. And even though this was all poured with the same exact soap, all of the bars have their own little bit of uniqueness that is also good for the skin. So, I love the activated charcoal and kaolin clay. This is my number 3 best-selling soap. And I think that's because a high percentage of the people, where can I purchase your soap at? I will tell you. Look, Napster's logo. Look, Drea's like, hold on, Zakia. We got some stuff we need to talk about in these bars. My soap is available on my website of naturalsoapbyzakia.com. Natural Soap by Zakia is my website. I will put that into the chat. They look amazing. Thanks. And this one here is an end of the loaf. So once we start cutting into it, it'll look a little bit different. And I haven't quite got the color straight. And on this one here, it's just a straight line. But then it looks like a deer right there in the middle. That looks like a deer. So this bar that we're cutting is the activated charcoal and kaolin clay. I was down to my last 4 bars of that one, and I said, we might want to get some more available in stock. And then I'll just take that end piece and pull this up. And then this is what, I guess this would be about 2.5 pounds of soap. So what I like about these is that the design goes all the way around. So it's an experience for all of your senses. It feels good. This one is unscented. I don't put any scent in this one because I want to try and keep at least 4 of my bars 100% all natural. So the only scent that you're getting off of here comes from the butters that are used. And this is a great soap if you have problematic skin. The activated charcoal that is in here is known for pulling toxins from the skin, but it's also conditioning at the same time because of the formula that I created for this one. And then here's the end piece of that. Oh, I can't tell. All right, so there's the end pieces. So I just stack my end pieces up just like this over here, and then we just go ahead and, ooh, never mind. I won't ruin it, but here's what the inside of that one looks like. That's the inside. Now I gotta move this one over. This will be the next loaf that we cut. And then again, it goes all the way around. That almost looks like, I'm going to leave that one in the front because that looks like a face. That looks like a face there. Do you guys see this face right here in the bar? Sorry for looking over there, but that's where I'm able to see your comments and see what you all are seeing. So I'm going to leave that one in the front. That one is my favorite for now. We shall see if something overtakes it. Here is that one. Oh, we got a double face. I haven't had a face in my bars in such a long time. So that's why I'm getting excited. I'm going to put these next to each other because they're going the opposite way. They are going the opposite way. All right, now here we just got a little bit of a swirl action, a little bit of clumping action going on. No, don't have nothing. But here's the thing. If I wait until like maybe tomorrow, and this is what I mean by the design going all the way around. If I wait until tomorrow and I come back and look at these, I'm going to see something completely different on the bars. Completely different. And now here's this. Boom. Now this one, it just has like, it's almost like a dirt road or something happening on there. Looks like comic strip characters. It does. I would say Wakanda forever, but we haven't quite gotten that. So I'll save that maybe for another bar. So here is another loaf. Because remember, we ended up with 4 loaves. So here is what the other loaf looks like on the inside before we go to cut it. And then the top kind of has like a wave feature on there. So let's go ahead and get that one. Oh no, I said I was going to do this one next. Listen, I call myself covering up myself. It's not working. Here we go. Boom. Let's get appropriate so YouTube's not like, what are you selling? Soap? Like, yes. So here's here's the bottom. So some of the activated charcoal made it to the bottom of the loaf, and then here is the side. So we'll go ahead and cut this one. And again, I try and push it right up there to that edge so I don't lose out on too much of the soap. But I want people to get a nice sample size when they get the pound of ends. Ugh. It does take a little bit of elbow grease. I will not lie to you. You do have to like push down on that baby because I have let this sit for quite a while. A little longer than I would have liked to. Now I will tell you, when we get to the end pieces, there's not going to be as much swirling because the soap kind of just drops in there. However, you get the same benefits of all the other bars in terms of how it's formulated, how it makes the skin feel, that activated charcoal that is through and through. Now that is gorgeous. This one too. I was looking at that side. And they just match. They just match. I'm going to put that here. Yay! We're creating a landscape over here. A landscape of soap, I tell you. Nope. That one doesn't have a match, but I'll just show you what we got right here. And so this is typically what I have to do when I cut my soap. I just go for each individual bar or each individual loaf at first, and then I slice them down. And once I slice them down, they go up here on my curing rack for about 3.5 to 4 weeks. I know a lot of people have to cure for 4 to 6 weeks. I typically don't because I do a very heavy water discount. And curing is what allows all of that excess water to get out. But there's not a lot of excess water because I don't have a lot of water to begin with. It's primarily those oils and butters. And then, after they have cured, I put them in my little drying racks. I did an unboxing, which I will link here. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to grab this video. Or here. I'm going to link the video there so you can see the racks that I put them on once they have cured and we rack them up. And then we can ship them out. So, I'm going to have to turn this one this way. And then slice it down. Now, for some reason, once I slice the initial part of the loaf, it's a lot easier to push it down. And I'm guessing because there's not a whole lot of heaviness over here on this side that is weighing it down. But overall, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I am liking every one of these bars. And then the back of this is kind of, Was there charcoal in that bar? Are you sure, ma'am? Yes, I'm sure. I'm certain of it. And now here is another one. Right there. And then I just lay them out. Now that one's cute. That one's cute. That's adorable. Yeah, yes, I think so. And then here's another one. Here is one more. And the last one from that batch. So we have that one and we have one more to do. I'm going to zoom you in so you're actually able to see. Now how do I do that? Let's come here. We want to do a zoom in time. Boom! Gotcha right on in there. Hey guys. I can still see you. You're a little bit closer now for the remaining bars. Hopefully, you'll be able to see. I'm going to wipe this off because we got quite a bit of soap hanging out on there. let's get those off. And somebody said something. Who said that? How are the plants doing? Drea, I would say we're at a 70-30 green thumb. I will show you that. I'm going to go live on Periscope and show you a plant check-in. It's time for me to get some bigger containers for them. They have outgrown the starting, so they're starting to intertwine with one another. Hey Zakia, I've been watching you for a long time. First time making you are doing, thank you, Vinag. Am I saying your name right? Well, welcome to the welcome to the broadcast. We are cutting the activated charcoal in kaolin clay. And we'll pull you down, and now hopefully you'll be able to see how this slices. Maybe if I turn it that way, it might be a little more interesting to see. Oh, only one problem. I can't turn it that way. Sorry. When I get to the I just thought about that. Once I cut it, this is going to drop on the floor. That won't be any good. So I'm going to turn it this way, but when we get it all onto this side, I'll pull it over. So we just push it down. That one didn't want to cut. And then we grab that end piece, put it over to the side, and then you can see the inside. So I can see that we have a match there. And that's amazing to me. How is it possible that when I slice it, they end up creating their own design? Their own design. So I'm going to put those next to each other and connect it. So when I go to get some Instagram shots, that'll be cool to see. All right, now here is another one. It matches. Almost perfect. Almost perfect, guys. On both sides. This, on the other side that I'm looking at, it kind of looks like Minnie Mouse. Or Mickey Mouse. So there's one side. And then the other side. See if I can get it. Looks like that. I like my other combinations a little bit better. I'm going to put that up there. And now let's see what we get. Kind of looks like the brain. Like that's, does anybody else find that as fascinating as I do? Like I'm cutting this. It was in one long loaf, and the ones that are right next to each other are actually matches. I think that is absolutely phenomenal. Look at that. So that's the activated, that's not lined up well, but that's activated charcoal right there. And then the kaolin clay. That kind of looks like a spider web. I don't know. So I'm keeping the matches together so that when I go to do their photo shoot, yes, all of my soap gets a photo shoot because I'm weird that way. Here's what they look like separate. And then when we go to put them together, thank you. I'm presently on the, understood. But I'm glad to have you here. And then here is this one. Pull that up. Another match. That's good. All right. So at the expense of this video getting way too long, I'm going to quickly show you them. I'm just going to put them side by side like this. And then if you're not connected with me on Instagram, I will upload the picture on IG of what the final outcome is. I'm going to turn this way so you can see a cut from a different angle. Just like that. And then the table always has soap crumbs on it. Table always ends up with soap crumbs. So we'll do this one here. I just cut off that soap match. And then here's the end pieces. And then when we take them off, can see those. So, hopefully you enjoyed the zoomed up version. I'm going to switch you to that version. Oh, that's not what I want. I don't think I want that one. No, I want this one. Sorry, I can't be the producer. And I want to get rid of that. No. There we go. Bam. Found it. So that's the wrong screen. Darn it. Oh, duh. You got to get out your Zoom. There we go. So this is what it takes for me to go from having that really large loaf of soap. Hold on, somebody said something. Zoom out. Yeah, I was in the right camera. I was in the wrong mode. So it was zoomed in, but you know. One day at a time. I'll figure it out. So this is how we go from having that really large loaf to the individual bars, because nobody can bathe with 30 pounds of soap. And nobody can bathe with a log of soap. So what we do is we slice it into the individual logs, and then we finally end up with the bars. And the bars have to cure. We gotcha. The bars definitely have to cure. And once they cure, then they will get wrapped and they will go on to the other curing thingamajigger that I have. Now I do have 6 pounds of my triple butter blend, and I'm breaking cardinal rule number 1 in terms of not leaving off camera. But this is 6 pounds of triple butter blend here. Now, of course, the color doesn't come across so well on the screen. However, I do a 4-pack sample soap set, and next month, well, we're in May, but next month it will have the activated charcoal and kaolin clay, the peppermint soap, which is this one here, and the green apple. Those will be the one. You can't. I'm sorry, the color is horribly washed out now, but you get my drift. Or maybe if it's against something black, the color will come across a little bit better. So I'm going to take this one out of the mold. I don't think we're going to cut it because then this becomes clickbait. But you know, you never know. You never know. Now for this, I don't use my multi-bar cutter. I use a faux cheese cutter is what I call it. But it is a soap slicer. You can get them online. I have links to everything that I use on my blog over at livesoapschool.com. So if you are looking for a soap cutter, and even these molds, like this is a really long mold that allows me to get hotel size bars. Now the hardest thing for me is keeping up with those bolts that go, because for some reason after I take my soap out, I just have stuff. So you can kind of get an idea in a sense of how long that particular mold is. It's pretty long. But I slice the bars so they're a 1/4 inch thick. And at a 1/4 inch thick, you still get to sample the soap and get a feel for if you like the lather, if you like the smell, any of those things. So it's a way for people to test out the soap before they like commit to a full size bar. So let me show you just so you can see in comparison how they differ in size. And I call them hotel size bars because they're a little bit bigger than what you would get at a hotel, but it's not a full size bar that you would just use for a long time. So let me grab an activated charcoal sample size so you can see them in comparison to one another. Beautiful spirit. Hey, Antonio. So this is how they look in comparison. This is a sample bar here. You'll get about 3 washes out of this one. Whereas this is a full-size bar that can last you for 2 to 3 weeks depending on how often you bathe. Some people bathe once a day. Some people bathe twice a day. Some people are in the shower for 15 hours. Some people do a 5-minute shower. So it varies quite a bit. Let me pull your comments up over here. That was Antonio saying beautiful spirit. I gotta pull you guys up higher. Drea, always let me know. We got you. Don't worry about it. And the will fall. What did I miss? What did you say the will fall for? So I think I got all of you. So you saw how we use the individual slicer. I'm going to move these over so that we actually have room to put the sample bars of the triple butter blend on here. So I said we weren't going to do it, but baby girl, I think we're going to cut it. I think we are going to cut it. And so you can get just an idea of the sizing. This is how tall this is. It's pretty tall. It's a pretty tall loaf there. And then, of course, we got soap crumbs. And this is why when I go to pour the soap, I try not to have too much soap hanging out off to the side because it doesn't end up in the bar. Hey, Dryer Buzz! It doesn't end up in the bar. So I think it's probably best to actually try and get as much soap as you can inside the mold. If you let it like flounder and whatnot, it won't work because you end up just scraping it off to the side and whatnot. So I'm going to grab our other cutter. Now this is an individual cutter, guys, whereas the one that we used previously, we got maybe about 10 bars at a time. This one is going to give us the individual bars at a time, and I'm able to control the width of the bar, which is excellent. Excellent. I'm going to change my gloves again because I just kind of scooted stuff off. And you know what I say about that stupid oxymoron. You can't have dirty soap. So we're going to get rid of the opportunity to have dirty soap by switching our gloves. So if you are new or you're just coming in, we're up to 8 folks simultaneous on YouTube. I think that is a record, especially for this time of day. Thank you all for watching. If you have not already clicked that subscribe button, make sure that you do, so that way you can get notified and say, hey, she's live, or hey, she's posted a video. Some of you have given us a thumbs up. Thank you for the thumbs up. And if you are watching from Apple TV, your Roku, your Fire Stick, wherever you're watching, thank you very much. I know you may not be able to comment, but I appreciate you being here. So this is what 6 pounds of the triple butter blend looks like. I always tell you guys, I will never stop saying it. If you are a soap maker, your arms should get buff. Because as you can see, well, not necessarily with the 30 pounds, but with the 6 pound loaf, you could do your curls and whatnot. That's not what we're here for, but you don't need a gym membership, particularly for your arms, if you are a soap maker, because you're constantly stirring, whipping, lifting, cutting, chopping, whatever. You're doing all of those things, and that's going to give you some muscle. Look at those arms. I had to look and see. Not really a muscle, but it's toned. No jiggle. Oh, shoot. Made a lie out of me. There's a little bit of a jiggle. If it ain't jiggle, it ain't jello. No, I'm just kidding. All right, there. Now I can see what you guys are seeing. So, let's go ahead and slice this one. And so this isn't going to be as intriguing. Yolanda, are you still here? All right, this one's not going to stand up. Check out these bars. Over these right here. Do you see the faces that we got? Right there. One looking that way, one looking the other way. That's why we have them in the front, because they were showing off. They were showing off something serious. So, and all of you that are here, if you just came on because the number just jumped, that is from the activated charcoal and kaolin clay. Now, the one thing about the individual slicer, it's more time consuming because I'm getting 1 bar at a time. And then also there is an opportunity for me to slice it incorrectly, because I have like a little line on here, but sometimes I'm not like completely aligned with it. So some may be, hold it up. Oh, wow. See, I'm telling you, it's so cool. Look at this one. Here's a face, and here's another face. Do you see them? They're so exciting. They are so but that's not the best part. The best part is when we cut the very last loaf, every single bar had a match right next to it. Let me show you those. Sorry guys, we're digressing. We're digressing, but Yolanda appreciates this part. So we cut this individual loaf, but as you can see, when we put the bars together, we get art in every single one that matches up with each other. Do you see that? There's that one. And I kept them next to each other. And it's on both sides. Hold on. Here's this one. So they were individual, one by one. But then somehow they linked up perfectly. Do you see that? I know you're excited. I can feel your energy coming back across this side of the screen. But yeah. So I'm going to take a picture of each of the pairs before they like get wrapped up. But here's another pair. It's incredible. And if you guys don't understand why that's so incredible, because I poured in one large block. And the horrible part for me, you gotta photo that. That's a whole art. Really? Just the ones that match? Not all of them, right? Because I gotta sell some of them. She probably like, girl, an art exhibit. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're saying. Sell that triple butter blend. That don't have no art in it. There's art in the lather. That's what we'll call my exhibit. Art in the lather. Alrighty. Unintentional art. Yes, it's definitely unintentional, but it's so beautiful when it comes out. It is so beautiful when it actually comes out. And so what I was saying about this individual cutter is, as you can see, it's a whole lot more time consuming, and there's an opportunity to not get the bars exactly the same size. So I'm eyeballing where it lines up, and as I look at them, when I slice them, I can see there's a wee bit of a difference, which is why I do appreciate the multi-bar cutter, but nobody wants a sample size. That's not a sample size if it's the same size as that one there. So, hopefully you all have joined and enjoyed the broadcast. Hopefully you all have subscribed if you have not already. And I will definitely be taking photos. Taking photos in the natural lighting outside. You guys have any questions? Any questions at all for me? And I can try and answer them. I am going to my daughter's play tonight. I told her this morning, break a leg. I'm a little bit nervous about her. She got up 6 o'clock this morning. She's not coming home to take a nap, and showtime is at 7 o'clock. And if you have a teenager or you know anything about teenagers, they need that nap when they come home from school. I know I just went completely left, but that's why I'm cutting this now, because I'm not going to have time to do it later. And this soap has been looking at me and me looking at it. So I figure let's go ahead and cut it. We haven't gone live strictly on YouTube. And so this is an opportunity for me to see how the quality is a little bit different when I stream directly to YouTube, and if that changes anything. So I'm going to let you guys go, because I have recognized that you guys don't love really long videos over here. But hopefully you have gotten a chance to see what it takes for me to go from a loaf that comes, look at that, it doesn't want to be put in a box. It doesn't want to be put in a box. Our activated charcoal and kaolin clay started in a box like this. I'm waiting. I see that's a great screenshot. Boom. Probably with the soap, not with me with my hat on. But you know, the soap started out in here. No, I'm doing too much. I'll get help getting that. But it starts in here. Then to a loaf that looks like this, but wider, depending on what it was in. And then it goes to the individual bars that will head up to the curing rack above my head so that they become a very, very mild conditioning and cleansing bar for your skin. So I'm Zakia. All of these products are available on my website of naturalsoapbyzakia.com, where we have gotten some unintentional art. And I think I don't know, I forgot the name that we said we're going to call it, but we're going to have an art exhibit. You heard it here first, because Yolanda mentioned it. You got a photo that's a whole, right here. That's where it came from. That's a whole art exhibit. So here, let me grab it. Gotta give credit. Wait, did I grab the right ones? Darn it. That's the hardest part. You put them down. Here we go. Oh, I can have them looking at each other. Just showered and don't drop the soap either. You can have them looking at each other. Boom. Here, I'm going to put it right under your comment, Yolanda. That's a whole art exhibit. Because I'm going to come back and get that screenshot. You're going to have it right underneath of the comment there. But as you can see, I got to get it right. Boom. The dueling bars. Dueling loop. The lathering art show. I got to figure out how we're going to use lather in there. But, oh, there's another two matches that was over here. I think this one was where it looked like, no. We had two bars initially where it looked like whales were jumping out of the ocean. How was the peppermint experience? How was peppermint? All right, let me put that down. I got to find those whales before we go, because then you're not going to believe me. You can always rewind. And look at this one. Oh, I found the whale. I found him. He's on the back of there. So his mate has to be close. Boom. You ready for the whale? You guys ready for the whale? All right, here's the whale. They are in the back. Here they go. Now, I see a whale. I always see fish. There's something about that. Ain't got no babies. I'm telling you now. You know that's an old wives' tale. If you dream about fish, not if you see fish in the soap, that's not what that means. However, do you guys see those whales? Boom. Funny. Okay, now I'm done. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me live. I am Zakia, where it is so much more than soap. You have gotten a chance to see 30 pounds go into, I don't know, 6, 12, 18, 24, 7, 14, 21, 28, 7.2 pounds of soap going into 6-ounce bars of soap. Thank you for joining me. I have to go and get ready and put my theater mom hat on. And join me on Periscope in a little bit, because we will be showing you an update to our green thumb maybe. Bye, guys.